¿Qué tal, gente de YouTube? Soy el Loco 115 y estamos en un nuevo video. Pero esta vez no es de LOL, no es de Minecraft. Es de Stanley para ver. Es un que vi en YouTube y que me gustó bastante. Y bueno, se trata de un tipo ahí que vivió una vida así, siempre ha sido lo mismo. Y un día es como que ¡pam! Todo cambia, ¿no? Pasa algo y todo cambia, ¿no? Y bueno, y es una cosa esa que vos podés elegir, un tipo te dice que tenés que hacer, vos podés decidir si hacerlo o no hacerlo. Y bueno, y tiene muchos finales, ¿no? Y bueno, vamos a ver. A ver, cargando, tarda mucho. Esperen, que pidieron que pase algo. Estoy resfriado, así que... Esta es la primera vez que estoy grabando, no sé si se va a salir bien. Así me lavo la cara esta. No sé si se va a poder ver. O sea, supongo que sí, espero que sí, pero la primera vez. Y a ver, esto tarda mucho. Esta es la primera vez que veo en mi cara. Y ay. ¡Carga! ¡Carga, me cago! ¡Es oración! ¡Carga! No carga esto. Tarda. No, no jugué todavía, solamente vi un video para ver más o menos de qué era, ¿no? Y este está muy bueno, me gustó bastante el juego. Y a ver, vamos a ver. ¡Ay, carga! ¡Oh! ¡Ahí está!
This
A
is
ver,
the
puse los
story of a
subtítulos.
man named
Voy a
Stanley.
dejar que lo lean, ya.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
¡Qué vida de
And then one
mierda!
day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Ah, ya empezó a ver. Bueno, ves que ahí Dios dice que tenemos que hacer el narrador este. Bueno, acá no.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Cerré una puerta nomás, no quería cerrar la puerta, la puta que lo parió, la cagué. O sea, me vuelve loco. ¿Qué pasó todo de nuevo? No la cierro ni en pedo. A ver si la cierro de nuevo. ¡No! ¡La puta que lo parió! ¡La cerré de nuevo!
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome
vez me
fell
hace
under
lo
his
mismo.
responsibility? He had never
la
been
puta que lo
trained for
parió.
that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy.
No,
Stanley
quiero.
waited.
Mira, cuando bajo la mesa.
Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
O sea, la cagué, o sea, pelotudo. Le volví a tocar así para ver qué onda y... Bueno, ahora no lo tocamos, no lo tocamos. Ahora sí va. Bueno, ves que te vuelve loco esto, o sea... Yo vi videos que, o sea, te mataba.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Por abrir esto, no. ¡Ah! Oh, uy, la cagué. Vamos a buscar la plantita, vamos a buscar. Voy a llamar al teléfono. No se llama. No se puede hacer un carajo. Me gusta el sonito que hace cuando tocas algo. ¡Ah! Uy. Bueno. La volví a cerrar y ahí sí que me pegaba un tiro. Ay, esta también se apaga. A ver esta. Creo que no se puede abrir ninguna puerta. Ah, no se apaga en el carajo. ¡No! Volví a cerrar una puerta. Ah, no. Ya me asusté. Uy, lagazo.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
O de, acá, o sea, puedo desobedecerlos. O sea, puedo ir por ahí. O por ahí, ¿no? Que él decía que había que ir por ahí. A la primera vez vamos a hacerle caso, a ver. Porque ya me veo que me va a pegar tiro este hijo de puta. A ver. Por acá seguro, ¿no? Sí.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
A ver, o sea, tengo que ir a donde está mi jefe. No sé cuánto va a durar los videos esto porque...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Porque... No sé, porque yo quiero como... subir, o sea, uno entero hasta que como que se empiece todo de nuevo, porque esto empieza todo de nuevo así, hasta que te case de juego, lo borre y a todo el carajo, ¿no? Estoy resfriadito. Y bueno. Pero no sé si son muy largos, no.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Bien pedo. Me voy. No quiero tocar esos botones. Quiero hacer
Stanley
caso
just sat
narrador.
around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Ay, creo que lo tengo que tocar, Ay, pero...
2845.
A la carajo. Tú, 4... lo tenía que
Yet
tocar
incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
Sí, justo.
Stanley happened to input the correct
¡Ay,
code
la
by
puta que lo
sheer
parió!
luck. Amazing. he stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Al azar los botones, no, hijo de puta. A ver por acá. Uy, no, esto me da miedito. Uy, la concha de la lora. La torre del terror. Uy. Ay. Está bueno el juicio, está bueno. Tiene muchos finales, no sé cuántos finales tiene, pero tiene muchos finales. Estoy hablando medio más porque estoy resfriado. Tengo muchos mosquitos. Ay, carga.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Uy.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Y esta. ¿Y esto qué onda? Vamos a ver el caso la primera.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
What the fuck is this shit?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Todos estos eran los compañeros de Stanley.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Y acá nos tiramos, ya está.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
¿Qué hago? O sea, ¿con dónde voy? ¿Lo rompo todo? Ah.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Estaría bueno para el león, ¿no? Para echarnos la risa.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Sí, a mi jefe que me hizo
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have
Carla
nearly the
Historia.
power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
La cagué.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
La puta madre.
Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. This is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh, dear me. What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
No.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds
La
until...
puta madre!
No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say,
Uf, la puta que lo parió. O sea, no le haces caso y el hijo de puta te mata. La que te parió. No me mató, bueno, yo lo desobedecí. No tenía que tocar el botón. You can't jump. Me di cuenta. No tenía que tocar el botón, lo sé. Estoy avergonzado. Bueno. Creo que fue bastante cortito, ¿no? Pero... pasé el primer capítulo... ¡Uy, no! ¡La puta que lo parió! ¡La salida de nuevo!
What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years
Yo
gone
soy
by?
el
He
employee
no longer had the ability to
427,
tell.
427.
But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any
Empleado.
doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Que le fechan 3 veces, va esa parte un todo. La recagué con la de morirme. Bueno, espero que les haya gustado el video. Estoy resfriado, sí. Vieron mi cara, like por eso. Bueno, espero que les haya gustado. No voy a tocar la puerta, no voy a tocar la puerta. No voy a tocar la puerta. Suscríbanse al canal si quieren más. Denle a like si quieren más para ver Stanley Parable. Suscríbanse, comenten, compártanselo a sus amigos y nada más. Nos vemos en el próximo video. Chau. Ah, me olvidé, casi me olvido. Se lo dedico, este video se lo dedico a un amigo, Lucas B. Te lo dedico. Ya que me rompiste tanto la bola en el colegio, te lo dedico a vos. Listo, chao. Nos vemos.